Hello everyone, good morning, good night, good evening, maybe the case of you. It's a pleasure to be here once more at Karate at Home. Thank you Sensei Martin, thank you Sensei Nadja, and the other ones, senseis that make part of this big group working on it. So, today we're going to talk about the Kokutsubashi position. In my previous video, I talked about the Kokutsubashi position by locking up the hips. Today we're going to talk about locking up the hips of the Kokutsubashi position, like I said in the previous video. Okay, so we're going to start to make a small warming up for the purpose, and then some exercise. So we're going to do the main exercise of Kokutsubashi. Plus, I hope you enjoy it, because I will enjoy it even more. One last thing. Always I start to do the videos saying that this is my point of view, the way I do and teach the karate here in my dojo and at my students. So thank you very much to see the videos and enjoy the training. Also, I will start with the bow. Hey, also everyone. So, I'm going to start to a little warming up. Open and close 20 times. I'm going to start. Hajime. Now, knees up, okay, crossing, okay, cross, 20 times. Yes, okay, now, knee and the hands. Here, hands, elbow, foot, one, up, down, up. Okay? You're going to do this 10 times each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Change. Okay, let me see. Okay, now put the foot a little bit more further. down and stretch up. Okay, this position. Exchange. Okay. Now, he's on the floor. We're going to lock up the shoulders and rotation of the hips slowly, so we can warming up again. Do this a few times. Now, do this looking forwards. Now, we accelerate the movement. And relax. Going up. And the same thing. Being up. And I'm going to do slowly, locking up the shoulders, just the hips, and fast. Slowly, fast. Ayame. Okay, continue. Foot, the heel up, extend, leg extension, little bit, and up, exchange, little bit, up. Okay, going to sit, open, and stretch out 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exchange each knee, thumb, chi, go up and down with 2 hands. Each knee, thumb, chi, go up. Now look at my feet, please. I'm going to touch with a big finger on the floor, trying to touch so we can rotate inside, okay? Hands on the floor and go. Each. Now trying to touch with the little finger on the floor behind, knee, 10 times. San, chi, go, ho, zich, ach, here, jo. Now we need to warm up our joints, okay? It will be very important. So, foot, each, knee, san, chi, 10 times. Go, hok, zich, ach, here, jo. Relax. Okay, this position and hands to the foot 5 times each, knee, thumb, chi, go, exchange. The other hand, each, knee, thumb, chi, go. Now the leg that is stretched, come to back, and now I'm going to do this movement. Each, knee, thumb, chi, go. Yes, okay. Butterfly position, hands on the back, and up and down. Now we're going to make strength with the elbows down to the legs and the knees up, a counter force, okay? You put and counting, each, relax. Second one, the knees go up and the elbows go down, okay? The abduction, you will feel the strength in the abduction, okay? H. Once more, in the last one. 3. Relax. Okay, stretch. Relax the back. And position up. Okay, this way. And now we're going to put this exercise. There, push, 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 and back. Other one, straight, push, 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 back. Okay, once more. Push, 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 back. Push, 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 back. Go, back and forward. Lighting up. Now, position of the knee, position of the leg. So, the knee and the heel in the same line. We're going to make force with the leg this direction and the arm opposition direction. 5 times. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Okay? So, the other side. Hands forwards, leg backwards. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Exchange. Same thing. Knee, heel, hand, knee, forwards, hand, backwards. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Exchange. Hand forwards, knee backwards. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Relax. Okay. So going up and open, 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 open with the foot on the floor, and we'll make strength. So we're going up. Okay? Strength. Each knee, you can feel contraction in here. Knee, san, chi, go. Now with the heels, do the same thing. Contraction in the abduction. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Up. Kibodachi. Okay, now we're going to pass to Shikodashi. Position. We're going to contract the glutes. Okay? Contraction. You put here the hands and contraction. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Relax. Another one. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Relax. Last one. Each, knee, san, chi, go. Relax. And up. Hips rotation. Okay, arms back and forward. Sides. Hands, neck, front, back, front, back, front, back. 2, the shoulder, and here to the shoulder. Rotation, rotation, and jump. Relax. Okay, I'm going to ask you to pick up a ball or something like this. It can be the room, okay, the stick of the broom. We're going to do the first exercise with this, okay? So you can correct the posture of the back and the feet and the legs, okay? Before you're going to go into the locking of the hip, okay? So, I'm going to start, put behind, like this, a line, going to pick up the first exercise that I have made on the floor, but passing here. We're going to flex a little bit the knees, okay, a little bit, and we're going to do this rotation. Okay, so it's to calculate or how the amp we can do this rotation. So each knee without moving the knees. Some, chi, now without moving the head. Chi, go. Okay, last one, more fast. Each knee, some, chi, go. Okay, we close a little bit. Position, put the feet in the line of your shoulders, and now you're going to do a little relaxed rotation and let the knees going with. Okay, relax. In the other video, I have talked about the locking of Kokutsubashi. Okay, here, locking the hip. Locking the hip. Now we're going to talk about locking the hip of Kokutsubashi. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult because or the foot behind it's more like that way, and the knee is bending over the front. And when we can put the foot in the right direction, the knee continues to go to the front. It's a bad position for the position itself and for your health, okay, of your knee. So, we're going to start to correct these points so we can lock the hips correctly, in my point of view, of course. So, going to start by, if you can't, put something or the wall or a stick, the foot in the right position. Then we're going to put the foot, the big finger aligned to the heel. So we can do this. Heel and go slowly. You see my knee? We have to put the knee in that position. Let the knee be in the alignment of the big finger of the foot. So, going to back again, and hands on the ribs, and go. Each flat. Don't let the knee move. Knee. Okay? He stays, the foot stays. It's all correct. This is the first principle, so we can lock the hip. The position has to be complete. Now, I have talked about the foot behind, the knee aligned to the foot, and the heel and the big finger aligned. Look this way. Okay? And the outside line of the foot in front has to be in alignment with the line, like this. Okay? If we can do this, you got more stability This is before we can lock the hip. So, first thing was foot, the behind, then the finger, the big finger, aligned with the heel, flat, and knee in the line of the back foot. Go, yes, and they are aligned. Knee is correct, direction, the foot the correct direction, foot fronts correct direction. So, the exercise we have made in the beginning, the warm-up, are exercise so we can create more strength to lock the hip. So, two things to lock the hip. One, strength in abduction and strength in abductors. Okay? If you make strength in the both sides, we can lock the hip. First exercise. We're going to put in the Kokutsubashi position, and now hands on the hips, and we will feel if this area is contracts or relaxed. If the butt is relaxed or contracts, okay? We're going to do this in two phases, okay? First phase, contract. Second phase, contract, okay? So hands, you can feel, contract, relax, okay? This isometric stance, it's very difficult. If we will be here in a long time, so I will make the exercise between the intense and the relax, so we can do this in the correctly form. Okay? So again, bands, hands on the ribs, and first one, contract, back, the butt, contract, relax. I'm going to do the other leg. I'm going to be at the front. Okay, so here. Now, in front, the other leg. So, hands on the ribs, and hands contract, the butt contract, relax. Again, position, contract, back, butt contract, relax, and relax. So, hips rotation, relax. In my opinion, if we can separate inferior body, upper body, and have control of these two pieces, we can have nice performance in the techniques. Okay? Because the lower part, it's very essential for the movements, and the upper part is very essential to coordinate with the lower. The upper part, it's very essential to coordinate with the lower part. If we can join the two of them in the correct form, they are very powerful. So the Kokutsubashi, it's sometimes a position that sometimes we don't work a lot, but we can use the Kokutsubashi position to do, for example, kumite. It's a good position, so you can do kumite. And you are wonder how can it be? I will explain a little bit more further in the class. So, if we correct these points that I'm trying to do today, I will transpose this position to kumite lift. Okay? So to shiai kumite. Okay? So let's do one thing. I'm going to go forwards. Hands relaxed. And we go front. And when we put the foot on the place, we contract inside and back the butt. Okay? H. And relax. The other leg. Position. And front. And H. Relax. Okay, I'm going to do this point of view. So, left, relaxed, and fast. H. Relax. Other leg, position. Relax. And H. Relax. Okay. We can do this movement many times as we gain control of the position with the strength. We have to stop the foot at the same time we contract the hips and the butt. We contract in position. In this will be giving us a strong stance. Okay? One point that we have to remind. Sometimes the strength inside is not working because our hip is a little bit higher. Okay? This is my hip. Sometimes the big hip is this way. And we think we are a little bit correct. But in the reality, we are not correct. See, I'm straight, my position is correct, but just see, more efficacious, more it's a more reliable, it's more position, more accurate. Okay? If I have the ribs parallel to the floor, I can use the force inside and can use the force outside in the butt, contracting the butt. But if my ribs is a little bit in this position, I cannot contract simultaneously the two or behind. So I have to put my hips parallel to the floor and contract. This will affect to the knee and the foot. Okay? Let's take this in mind. Okay, I will do 3 times each leg. I ask you to join me. So, position and relax. relax. Neck, relax. Some, relax. Okay, coming back. Let's pick up the other leg, position, and edge. Relax. Neck. Relax. Side. Relax. Okay, yummy. Hips rotation, relax a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to rest a little bit of the lower body and going to pick up the upper body. Okay, everyone knows how to do shtuki. Everyone. In my point of view, the problem is to coordinate the hands with the lower body and the hips. This is the main problem. Not doing the technique, okay? Is to coordinate everything, okay? So, we're going to start with simple exercise upper body, then we're going to join up everything, okay? So, we're going to watch that way. We're going to put the hands straight in the height of the shoulder, hands more or less in the line of the elbow and the middle of your belly. So, previously I have told you that I will transpose the Kokutsubashi position to kumite, okay? And I will do the same thing with the shtuki position. It's just an appointment in the end of the class, okay? Because kumite can, in my point of view, can be another class, so we can talk about it. Okay, so we're going to exchange the position, okay? Exchange the position slowly. This way, each knee, sound, chi, go, each. Now, we're going to do everything. Going to up and arm, each, knee, sound, chi, go, ho, zich, arch. Okay, now doing this fast, as you know. Each, knee, sound, chi, go, H. Okay, yummy. What we're going to do this time is to do the same movement and contract the legs and the butt and the stance in this stand position. Okay, so H, relax, knee, relax, some, relax, chi, relax, go, relax, edge, relax. Yeah, okay? The principle of the contraction doing the shto-uki position technique will be the same that we're waiting here. Okay? So, we're going to put in in the position, Kokutsubashi position, and hands position, the technique Shitouki, okay? We're going to do in the place. Don't move the knee, the leg, the foot, just put the foot in the position, correct position before we're doing this. Remember, hip down, okay? We are not contracting inside and outside. We're not contracting anything, okay? Just do the technique. H, knee, san, chi, go. Okay, exchange and correct the position before the technique. Okay? Position and H, knee, san, chi, go. Why this exercise? It's important that you can maintain the position, the lower position, untouchable, okay? Don't move anything. You're going to move just the ribs, the ribs, the ribs. For that, we need to lock the hips, lock the lower body, all the lower body, and move only the upper body. So, and in Kutsulashi, it was more easier. We lock here. In Kokutsubashi, we have the legs literally open. But in Kutsulashi, this area in the back is more difficult to contract because we have to contract only this muscle. This is not so contracted. In Kokutsubashi, we can contract the both. We can contract the both. Okay? 1, 2, we can contract. But because the legs are open, we have to contract at the same moment the abduction and the butt. Like the first exercise I have in mind. Contraction. Contraction, and we now can move without move the lower body. So, with this explanation, we're going to do 3 times Shitouki in the same place, just moving the upper body. H, knee, san. Exchange leg, position, H, knee, san. Yummy. Okay? So, as we put this exercise on practice with the movement, we have stand, it's easier. The position is stand, it's fixed, and we just move the upper body. Now we have to move the lower body and the upper body. Okay? And we put position, stop position, and go forward. We're going to do 3 times freely, without contraction, just move front, and then we go back, exchange leg, and so on. H, knee, san, and go back. The other leg in front, H, knee, san, and back. So, I'm going to do so just forwards, because backwards it's it's more easier to do this kind of exercise. Okay? So, now we're going to apply the movements. The exercise I have talking about from the beginning of the training. Okay? In this exercise, everything is impelled. So, the warming up technique, and now applying the both warming ups to the technique. One-wise, we go forward, and when we stop, we contract. Inside, outside. Edge. Relax. Knee. Relax. Stop. Relax. Okay. Back. The other leg. And go forward. Edge. Knee. Relax. Stop. Relax. And close. Okay. All of these exercises are very simple. Simple. But this is the problem. It's too simple, and the mind and the body will forget the simple things when we are doing katash or kion. This is the problem why so many graduations we see, oh, that's not the way it does, that's not like that. Because without meaning, we forget these little details. Okay? So, moving forward, I'm going to go back with the movement and tell you about why it's so easy going back and not going front. So, I'm going to do the exercise backward and each knee, side. Okay. Why it's easy? Because, like Zenku Sudashi, that we move forwards and the knee that is bent is the one is forwards, it's up front. When you're going to front, just bend and go. It's easier. But when we're going to back, it's more difficult. We have to push, and go forward. In Kokutsubashi, when we go forward, it's more difficult in the final position. Why? Because sometimes we put the heel instead the palms, the front of the foot, the caution. So, to have this detail that I have talked about, the hip not being this way, we have to put first the front of the foot and then the heel. If we put the heel first, we do this. Okay? Strong, contract, front of the foot, and back, contract. Contract, front of the foot. When we put this together, the position, the Kokutsubashi position, it's strong. We don't need to hit the floor. We just go smooth the floor, like I am Yondan. Okay? We're going smooth to the floor. Okay? Because we have trained to contract, that's lock the hips so the position can be made. Okay? Fluids made. Tá? Okay? So, looking to all these points of view, I'm going to refer one last one. And the last one is how to have speed in this movement and contract at the same time. Okay, so we contract and the speed. Okay, the speed is gained when we are relaxed, and then going to the next one. Relaxed and the next one. Okay? 2 ways to gain speed. Push. Push. Not push to the heel, to the seal. Not this, but this way. This way. Okay? We have to push the floor with the foot. When we go forward. When we come backward, we have to do the same thing with the front foot. Not to the seal, but back. Back. And for that, we have to push, and go. These 2 things only are possible if we control the contraction of the hips and the contraction of the butt. There are some details here that I will leave to another class, like rotation of the front floor of the front of the foot. Okay, how to coordinate all the joints in the leg so we can have more speed, more stability, more explosion, more strength. Okay, so it's many details. But if we control these first ones, the position, the stance of Kokutsubashi, contract so we can open, because if you don't contract, you will stay this way. You will hurt the knee, front knee, and you will hurt the back knee. It will be loose. Okay? And so, this is my point of view of working Kokutsubashi. So you can have a better position when you are doing your kata, your kihon. It's very important. It's the basics. Always first basics. Okay? Don't go forward without a good basic. So, like I have said, I'm going to show how I can transpose the Kokutsubashi and Kokutsubashi lower body and Kokutsubashi upper body with the technique Shitouki to Kumite. Okay, to Shiai Kumite. Once more, this is my point of view. For me, it works. For my students, it works. I will gladly do only a class about Kumite in my point of view, so you can have more techniques, more positions, more solutions, or the same solution said by another one, by another sensei. Okay? So, let's analyze. Kokutsubashi. Shitouki. Okay? Position. Kokutsu. So, how can I pass this to Kumite? Okay. Kumite. The foot will not be in the same line. Okay? So, we use the space like Zenkutsubashi. Now, I'm very open in my position. I'm very open, so I have to close a little bit. Now, my weight is very in the back. I got to have my gravity center in the middle. And estou aqui, and the same hand close, the same hand close, and we have Kokutsubashi position. Okay? If we rotate a little bit the back foot, we have a good stance, a very good position. So we can go forwards, we can go backwards. Okay? Basic principle. Another detail. I was talking about stoking, gain, explosion, velocity, going front, explosion, velocity, going back. Once more, basics. Stoking, going to front. Have to push. Push. Okay? Now, going to back. Have to push. Push. If we pass this, transpose this to committed, go front. Go back. And we are using Kokutsubashi. Basics, transposing to a more dynamic movement. We can do the same to Kokutsubashi. But this lesson can be to another time. So, about locking hips of the Kokutsubashi, it's important. First, strong, open, and strong. Contract. In the back. Close, contract, strong. The position of the foot, very important. The way we put the foot and the knees are aligned to the foot. Front foot, knee at the front. Back foot, knee in the front. In this way, we can open the hips, contract the hips, contract the butt, and the lower position, it's done. It's strong. And going to pick up the upper position, where the arms are more mobile than the legs. Everything that I have told about in the video of Kokutsubashi walking the hips and now the Kokutsubashi walking the hips, if we join the two videos, we can work on kumite. We can work on kata. And that's another lesson that I propose to you, to all that are seeing and listening to me. We can do this class, basic class about kumite one of these days. We are going to say for today, I thank you for all of your time that you are listening me, trying to pick up some of my exercise to put on your classes, on your work, because I'm doing the same thing with my partners in the karate at home, because we are a big family. We are drinking of all of each other, so our karate can be more evolved. And we don't know all, but we can absorb all. We have to absorb. So, one more. Thank you all for being there to all countries that I have been in the comments. Once more, thank you to Sensei Martin and Sensei Naja for the opportunity. It's the fourth class that I'm giving here in the Karate at Home. I hope I give more in the rest of the year, and we're going to stay here for today. Thank you to all. Going to make the ball. To you all. Thank you very much. See you in the next train.